Good
Welcome to
evening.
the HAR-BER High School Performing Arts Center. We would like to remind you that HAR-BER High is a smoke-free campus. The use of any type of tobacco products is prohibited anywhere on this campus. In addition, we would like to draw your attention to the exit signs located above all exit doors in case of fire. Out of courtesy to others attending this event, we would like to remind our audience that entering and exiting the theater should be kept at a minimum. We ask that all cell phones be silenced or turned off. If your child becomes restless, we ask that you accompany them outside the auditorium. Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome you here to HAR-BER High School. I thought about lip syncing that, but I thought you might not think it's me. So we are really excited about being here tonight, and I know after several reschedules, I know our kids are really excited as well. I'm Todd Loftin, and I'm principal at Hellstern Middle School, and we want to welcome you. Tonight you're going to witness a first, and that is going to be the first Christmas concert of 2014. So we want you to sit back and enjoy, and at this time I'm going to introduce Miss Huffman.
Finally, we are here. I have, in my 11 years of teaching, have never had to reschedule a concert, and I've got great practice at it already. Twice already we've had to reschedule due to snow, but we are so excited to be here. We appreciate you rearranging your schedules and making this a priority to have the students here and for you to be here to support us tonight. The students here on stage have worked very hard for their first concert, and no matter the date, we are excited to be here to celebrate the progress these students have made so far this year by sharing our concert with you. We're going to start the program with a play of 4 actors that go along with our music from the beginning of the year. We had some early beginning songs, and we have incorporated a play, and each of the 4 actors are members of our band. There will be several starts and stops in the band between acting, and playing. Feel free to laugh and enjoy the humor in their parts. This piece is a fun way to incorporate all of our beginner songs that we learned in band early on, and we hope you enjoy our first piece, Aunt Rhodie's Appetite.
Once upon a time, there was an old gray goose who lived on a farm. The farm belonged to a lady whom everyone called Aunt Rhodie.
dinner this year.
Oh, man, dude. Oh, man, dude. Don't cook the old gray goose. Perhaps you'll change your mind after you've eaten some of my hot cross buns.
Those hot cross buns were very tasty, Pierre. But tomorrow, I'm still gonna cook that old gray goose for my holiday dinner.
Be so cruel.
Well, I'm no more cruel than that girl, Mary. Haven't you heard the gossip about her?
What gossip?
Well, I heard that for dinner the other night, Mary had a little lamb.
Pierre was very upset, so that night he went to see the old gray goose.
Did you know, man, that Aunt Rhodie was planning on having you for a holiday dinner?
Delightful. And what is she serving?
You! Now quick, run down to the river and take my rowboat. Row away as fast as you can.
The next morning, Pierre went to tell Aunt Rhodie how he warned the old gray goose and gave him the rowboat.
Oh, that's all right, Pierre. I was really very fond of that goose. I never could have cooked him. As a matter of fact, I miss him already.
Just then, the old gray goose came waddling up the hill.
Aunt Rhodie! Aunt Rhodie, it's me! Don't cry, Aunt Rhodie. I knew you'd never be mean enough to cook me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You had to run away and throw down the river in the cold night air.
Well, at least something good happened on the way down the river. I met a new friend. His name is Turkey Lurkey. Would you care to meet him sometime, Aunt Rhodie?
Yummy. I certainly would. Yummy.
Aunt Rhodie, Pierre, and the old gray goose all laughed and then joined hands to dance a lively polka.
Well, I just wanted to share with you, we had over 50 students try out for these 4 acting roles, and you can see why, how much fun they are. And I'd like to congratulate Peyton Lickfelt, our narrator, Matthew Lewis, the Old Gray Goose, Dawson Stevens, who is Pierre, the French chef, and Georgia Milhelm, who is Aunt Rhodie. Let's give them one more. They've had outstanding leadership and extra efforts in preparing these parts. They're going to be changing costumes so they can join back in with the band, and each one of them are also outstanding players on their instruments. All right, students, you can go ahead and change for your parts. Very good job. In Springdale, we are very, very fortunate to have the beginning band classes split into like instruments. What you see on stage is not the result of a single teacher. We have a team of band directors teaching 11 different band classes each day. The band combines as a full band a few times before a big concert like this. You can see in your program a list of teachers along with their specific classes, but I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to those teachers here at the concert. From HAR-BER High School, Mr. Morris. From Central Junior High, Mr. Post and Mrs. Bozeman. And this is Mr. Post's first year in Springdale teaching. He was at Salisal High School last year. And Mrs. Bozeman is a retired band director from Springdale Schools. She's been over at Southwest Junior High for several years. And she is teaching at Central Junior High and over at Hellstern this year after Mrs. Cavender retired early this year. And we are so thankful for Mrs. Bozeman, Mr. Post, and Mr. Morris for teaching these students from the very beginning of the year. Let's go ahead and congratulate those teachers and thank them for their hard work. Where are they at? Ms. Mays is a woodwind teacher stepping in to teach a couple of our woodwind classes this semester in Mrs. Cavender's place. We are excited to add her to our team this year, and I don't want to forget someone who's been volunteering numerous hours up at the school, Mrs. Lisa Otten. She has volunteered so many hours each day organizing the binders from the band binders from the first day of school, organizing our car wash band fundraiser, collecting funds so I didn't have to put my hands on that money. She has entered into the computer information as far as serial numbers on each of the students on stage into our new program called Charms. And she made the programs for tonight's concert, folded and stuffed every single one of them. She has saved me numerous hours after school, working late, and I just wanted to thank her publicly for her time and efforts. Thank you, Mrs. Otten. I was going to check and see our actors back in place. We're getting one. Is Georgia back? Not yet. Just a little bit more time. Okay. Our next piece has a fun rock beat to it. I will say and share with you right now, some of the students asked me to share with you tonight that they wanted me to request that their parents not start dancing up and down the aisles on this one. So parents, please remember, we have 7th graders on stage that they have a reputation, and they are very concerned about keeping that up, and they requested that you not embarrass them, okay? They love you, but they don't want you dancing here tonight, okay? We're gonna go ahead and start with our second piece, Good King Rocks. It's hard to believe now that the first day that we opened instrument cases was right after Labor Day on September 4th. Since then, these students have worked on mouthpiece technique, playing their first notes, and then reading music from their method books. I took a video on my cell phone on their first day of playing sounds on their instruments. It's quite comical, and I could sell those to you. That's how good they are. I'm working on a project to put some kind of video, so at the end of the year I could say, remember that day? Don't you feel sorry for me? Well, I have the pleasure of seeing the miracle happen from those first sounds to what you hear today. And it is a blast watching the progress that they have worked hard to make in the first semester. They have worked hard completing objectives off of their notebook covers where they have played individual pass-offs. We've had several students who have already even completed their first method book. If you've completed book 1, would you please stand and be recognized? This is a big deal. Now give us a wave if you're like 1 or 2 pass-offs away. How many of you are really close? Give them a wave. We've got some that are so close. Good job, guys. Really good job. Our goal for the band is to have every student through their first method book, the red book that you see them have, passed off by mid or late February. So if you're following up with them, how far along are you? Check to see that they're working on finishing their book 1 pass-offs. And then we move on to the blue book, our second book, so that we can prepare them from junior high. Our next piece that we have on a program is called Celtic Christmas. In your program, you will see a list of upcoming events for the school year. One event that I did not list in your program is an instrument upgrade drop-in meeting that we're going to have in the HMS band room on Tuesday, January 28th. I'll send out more information about it. And it'll be open from after school until 7 p.m., just a drop-in meeting. This is mainly for instruments like flute, who may be upgrading from a closed-hole flute up to an open-hole flute. Clarinets, upgrading from plastic clarinets to wooden clarinets if you don't already have that. Trumpets, maybe upgrading from a brass to a silver-plated or intermediate model. And trombones, upgrading to an F attachment trigger if you don't already have one of those on your instrument with a large bore. And alto saxophones, upgrading to a Yamaha or intermediate model. And there will also be items from our wish list in the program that will be available for purchase that day. Sade Music Company will be there with used and new instruments. I'll try to get some used instruments from online in as well that you can look over. If you are currently leasing or making payments on an instrument from Sade Music Company and you upgrade to an intermediate model, I know that if you do that, they'll take all of your payments from the first year and put that towards your intermediate model. You won't lose the money you've already paid, and they'll do that switch over into anywhere in the first 12 months that you have that instrument. It's a great special. That's why I wanted to make sure that you are aware of that. On Friday, April 4th, is the solo and ensemble event in West Fork. Students will receive a selection of music in the next couple of weeks to start preparing for that event. They will have an opportunity to perform for a rating, not against other students, but for an individual assessment. If they score highly, they can earn a medal, which they can keep, and they'll be representing Hellstern Middle School when they attend. To qualify to participate in this event, students will be required to perform their selections in their class, and if they earn an 80% or higher, they will qualify to attend. And in the past, we've taken almost all of the band students, and I expect a large turnout this year because we just have a tremendous amount of talent on stage. Our spring concert is going to be on Monday, May 5th here at 7 p.m. Hopefully no snow. Last year in May it snowed, if you remember, and so I'm worried about that. We're kind of jinxed already. Please be sure to sign up for our Remind 101 text and like our band Facebook page where announcements are made regularly. Letters home, class documents, financial statements, and other band information is going to be posted in our Charms account. This is a new system that we're putting in Springdale schools. The Charms account will follow your student from middle school to junior high and then on into high school. If you'll take a few minutes, just get online. The instructions are in your program. If you can update your contact information on that, then that account you can follow and you can view very important band information from now through high school. We have our fourth piece on the program next, Fanfare Noel. We hope you enjoy. Before we conclude our concert, I would like to thank our teachers and administrators at Hellstern, our principal, Dr. Loftin, our assistant principals, Mr. Donnell and Mrs. Harrison. They have been a tremendous support and encouragement to me and our band students throughout the year. Also, a thanks to our superintendent, Dr. Rollins, the Springdale Schools Administration, the Springdale community. And I'd like to personally thank my family and my husband Dustin for their ongoing support and for being here tonight. If you are a parent or guardian of a student on stage, please stand to be recognized. Please stand right now. If you are a parent or guardian, you have made it a priority to provide an instrument and band supplies for these students. Please remain standing. I want you to get the credit, and your knees are tired, I know. I want you to get the credit you deserve. You have endured the first semester of them learning to play their first instrument. Wow. You have encouraged these students even when their music sounded like farm animal noises. Thank you, parents, for supporting your children and for providing them an opportunity of a lifetime, the opportunity to learn how to play a musical instrument. Our hope is to see these students progress on into junior high and high school. Students, let's show our support to our parents. Parents, you may be seated. Thank you so much. This summer, the HAR-BER High School Band is traveling to New York City for their band trip. There are so many opportunities ahead for these students, and as they continue on in band. Speaking of band supplies, there is a wish list of band supplies in your program. These are excellent gift ideas and incentives for these students. And these are things a lot that the students need and can help them take their music to the next level. We're going to conclude our piece with a feature. As you can see, we've got 3 talented percussionists up here at the front of the stage: Chris Perea, Wade Wilson, and Valerie Beltram. And they've got some things special to show you as we play our last piece. And following this piece, I'm going to have the students stand up for an applause, and I'm going to have the percussion come up to the front so you can see some of them in the back, and they'll be standing for applause and any photo opportunities that you'd like to give for them. And after that, I'll seat the students, and I'll have some instructions for our dismissal with this large group on stage. Thank you again for coming, and we hope you enjoy our final piece, Christmas Stomp. It's our percussion section. All right. Thank you for coming, everyone. Percussion will come on off back this way. I've got some dismissal instructions. Band, you can go ahead and have a seat. Got to catch my breath after that one. It was fun. I'm going to dismiss students on the stage by row. They're going to go down to the band room, which is across from the stage, and they're going to case up their instruments. If they have a large instrument like tuba or baritone or French horn, and they are not able to take it home in their vehicle tonight or not able to bring it back to school on the bus tomorrow, they can leave their instrument in their case in the band room against the wall by the long hallway. And Mr. Ford's he's gonna load it in the moving truck and bring it back over to Hellstern for us tomorrow. If you can take your instrument home, we ask that you do that and bring it back to school tomorrow. We will be playing in class tomorrow. Parents, please either plan to meet students in the front lobby, this long hallway, or right here in your seat. If they know where you're at, they can just meet you right here. And I'll ask that you not go down to the band room where they're casing up. We'll have over 200 students going in and out of that room. And if we take about 1,000 people and go in, we're going to have a major traffic jam. So if you'll let the students come find you, that will smooth the dismissal very well. Please, if you are ordering a DVD of tonight's concert, we will have someone in the front lobby by the programs collecting the DVD orders for $10. If you forgot to bring your order today, you can bring those and turn those in to me at school tomorrow, and I'll make sure to turn in your order for you. Thanks again, parents, students, everyone, for your encouragement and support for these students. Have a wonderful evening.